Hello everyone. Today class number 45. Class number 45 for electrical machine 2. Okay. So in this class I will complete the EMF equation and equivalent circuit and phasor diagram for synchronous motor. Okay. So first write equivalent circuit of the equivalent circuit of synchronous motor. Let us consider the rotor of the motor. Let us consider the rotor of the motor is cylindrical type. Let us consider the rotor of the motor is cylindrical type, and Ra equals to armature resistance. Ra equals to armature resistance. Xs equals to synchronous reactance, and this is per phase value. Okay, these are the per phase value. Okay, and V equals to applied voltage per phase. Applied voltage per phase. Okay, so and EF equals to excitation voltage. Excitation voltage induced in the armature winding per phase. Okay, then the equivalent circuit will look. So this is per phase equivalent circuit. Okay, this is per phase equivalent circuit. So here this is the input side, right? This is the input side. Input side is V phasor. Okay, so these are all phasor value. V phasor equals to V angle 0 degree. Okay, take it as reference. Take it as reference one. And the current IA, armature current, is flowing through this RA and XS. Okay, and this is the armature terminal, that is your EF, phasor EF, and which will be equals to EF angle del, or EF angle minus del. Okay, as because this EF is lagging behind this voltage by some angle, by some acute angle del, so that's why I am taking it as minus del. Okay, so what will be the equation? V bar or V phase equals to IARA phase plus J IA XS plus EF phase, right? Right, this is your equivalent circuit and the voltage relation or voltage equation, KVL equation. So this is the equivalent circuit. So the circuit caption is equivalent circuit of synchronous motor bracket per phase. It is per phase equivalent circuit. Okay, and this equation is the EMF no, this equation is the KVL equation, okay, of synchronous motor, right, per phase. So next one, write the phasor diagram. Next topic is phasor diagram. Okay, so what will be the phasor diagram? So we have to develop this equation. So according to equation 1, V is the reference phasor, right? So V, suppose you have to take it as a line, reference line, on which V should be drawn. Okay, so first you have to draw the EF, that is, suppose this is EF phasor, which is lagging behind this reference by some angle del, okay, or minus del. Okay, del or minus del. Okay, next IARA will be added. So IA you have to draw again. So IA is nothing but lagging behind this EF, okay, by some angle theta. So IARA will be, this is your IARA, and after that JIA axis. So JIA axis will be nothing but the perpendicular drawn on JIA axis, projected towards the reference line. So this section or this length is this length actually is EF. Okay, this length is EF. Okay, so here we are taking the lagging power factor load, right? For lagging power factor, okay, phasor diagram for lagging power factor. And this internal power factor angle, okay, so this angle, let us consider it is psi. Psi is internal power factor angle, okay, and del is called torque angle. Previously for alternator it was load angle, here it is torque angle, okay, and theta equals to nothing but the angle difference between EF and IA. E and IA is called power factor angle. Okay, so psi is internal power factor angle. So actually, sorry, this will be V. This is V phase. Okay, so power factor angle, that is V and IA. The phase difference between V and IA. Angle difference between V and IA. And torque angle is angle between EF and EF and V. So this angle, torque angle, is EF and angle V. And internal power factor angle is EF and IA. Okay, so this is for lagging power factor. So if we draw it for the unity power factor, so for unity power factor again you have to draw a reference line. So suppose it is reference line, EF should be drawn, okay, by some angle minus del, okay, and IA will be in phase. IA will be in phase as it is unity power factor. This is for unity power factor UPF, that is current is in same phase with this reference, that is IARA will be this one, IARA, and IA axis will be JIA axis. Okay, so this is for unity power factor, okay, for unity power factor. And now I am moving into the drawing the phasor diagram for leading power factor. So again it is reference. So this is your actually this is EF, right? So this is this angle, this is V0 or V. This is terminal voltage. So this is EF and leading, right? So IA is leading some angle. So this angle is minus del, and IA is leading. That means this angle is your plus theta, and IARA is this one, IARA, and IA axis is this one, JIA axis. Okay, so this length is nothing but here V. This length is nothing but V. Okay, so this is for leading power factor. Okay, so this is all about the equivalent circuit and phasor diagram. Okay, so now I am moving into the EF calculation, right? EMF calculation or excitation EMF calculation. Do some heading. EMF calculation, that is EF should be calculated. Okay, so now we can predetermine it, that is V phase equals to V angle 0, IA equals to IA angle minus theta, and EF equals to EF angle minus del. That means we are taking lagging power factor. Okay, we are assuming it's a lagging power factor. So for synchronous motor, EF equals to what? IARA plus IJIA axis plus V, right? So EF angle minus del equals to Okay, take it the angle. Do not take minus theta or plus theta. I am taking here. This is only magnitude. Okay, this is only magnitude I am taking here. Okay, so E angle del, or you can take it as minus. Okay, so let us consider it is minus 1. Okay, so no problem. So V angle 0 degree minus, so IARA plus JIAXS can be written in the form of, that is IA have, so IA take it as common, RA plus JXS. Okay, so now V naught 0, IA will be equals to IA cos theta minus J IA sin theta. Why? Because I am taking minus theta, right? I am taking minus theta, IA as a minus theta, so that's why whenever you are removing the phasor, then it will get the minus theta, and cos minus theta will be plus cos theta, and sin minus theta will be minus sin theta. Okay, so this thing you can generate. Okay, this thing you can generate. So next one, V angle 0 means only V. Okay, minus IA, so take it the real part first. So IA cos theta into RA. Okay, IA cos theta into RA, and JIA sin theta into this one. So J into J will be minus 1. So J minus will be positive. So IA XS sin theta. Okay, so this is your real part multiplication of from this multiplication, the real part of this, and the imaginary part will be plus J. So take it as J. So J will be taking outside, IA XS cos theta, and when multiplied with this one, that will be minus IARA sin theta. Okay, so this is your EF angle minus del. See, EF angle minus del. Okay, so if we take magnitude of EF, so if we want to find this magnitude of EF, then what happen? So you have to segregate this real part and imaginary part, and square, you have to square of them. So V minus IARA cos theta plus, okay, it will be minus, because negative sign taken when it is coming into inside the bracket, then it will be -1, right? So this one is your real part square, and the imaginary part will be IA XS cos theta minus IARA sin theta, right? So this is the magnitude of EMF. This is the magnitude of EMF. And what will be the angle of EMF? So this del angle equals to nothing but tan inverse this one, that is this one divided by this one. That means IA XS cos theta minus IARA sin theta divided by IARA sin XS minus IARA sin theta. Okay, so there will be a minus tangent, right? So minus sign will be over here. So whenever this minus is taking inside, so it will be minus, it will be plus, and the denominator part remains same. That means, okay, so this is your torque angle. So this is your excitation EMF magnitude, and this is the torque angle, excitation EMF and torque angle calculation. Okay, and for unity power factor, if you want to find this unity power factor, then you can take it as theta, this cos theta equals to 0, cos theta equals to 1, so this equals to 1, this equals to 0, this equals to 1, this equals to 0. That means for unity power factor, your del equals to tan inverse minus IA XS by V minus IARA. Okay, so this is for unity power factor type load. Okay, and for the unity power factor type load, EF magnitude will be equals to this cos theta equals to 1, sin theta equals to 0, cos theta equals to 1, sin theta equals to 0. That means how much? Root over of, that will be how much? Your answer will be root over of V minus IARA square plus IA XS square. Okay, so this is your excitation EMF for unity power factor type load. So this is for lagging power factor load, this is for unity power factor load, and for the leading power factor load only plus theta will be there. So all the theta terms will be positive, and the calculator made again from the first. Okay, so please apply the cos plus theta to calculate the unity excitation EMF and the torque angle for leading power factor type load. Okay, so this is all about the EMF calculation. So now I move into the power equation. Okay, power calculation. So write next topic. Right, next topic, power flow equation for a cylindrical rotor synchronous motor. Power flow equation for cylindrical rotor synchronous motor. Okay. So what will be the power? So power, there are two types of power, input power and output power. So input power is nothing but the electrical power, right? Input power is nothing but the electrical power. So we have to calculate the electrical input power only for the synchronous motor. So in case of it, so let us consider V phase equals to V angle 0 degree, that is you can take it as reference one. Okay, and EF equals to EF angle minus del, that means for lagging power factor. Okay, for lagging power factor. Okay, so IA equals to what? IA equals to V bar minus V phase minus EF phase by ZS phase. Okay, so and ZS equals to synchronous impedance, that will be equals to ZS angle theta. Okay, so if we calculate it, then if we calculate the power, that is a SIM means input complex power for motor, input complex power for motor, that will be equals to PIM plus JQIM. Okay, which will be equals to V into IA star bar. Okay, so V equals to nothing but V angle 0 degree, and IA star means this one, that will be how much? That will be V angle 0 degree minus EF angle minus del by ZS angle your theta. Okay, it will be star over it. So V angle 0 degree means only V minus EF. So this star will be coming into here, so making this negative angle positive. So this ZS equals to minus theta. Okay, so after calculation, after multiplying it, this will be equals to V square by ZS angle theta only. So minus theta will become numerator part, it will be plus theta, and minus EF into V by ZS, and it will be del, and it will be how much? It will be del plus theta, right? So minus theta will be there. If it is come in numerator part, then plus theta will be there. So del plus theta. Okay, so this is your complex input motoring power. Okay, so if we segregate it into the J part, and if we segregate it into the rectangular calculation, if we segregate it into the rectangular system, then what happened? V square ZS cos theta plus J V square ZS sin theta, right? So if we segregate it, so it will result this one, plus, so if we segregate it, so actually it will be minus, so EF V by ZS cos of theta plus del, and minus minus J EF V by ZS sin of theta plus del, right? So the real part of this complex input power, that will be PIM bar equals to V square by ZS cos theta, V square by ZS cos theta minus EF V by ZS cos of theta plus del, right? So PIM is this one. So if we apply that if we apply from the impedance triangle, if we apply the value of theta for the impedance triangle, theta equals to 90 degree minus alpha. Okay, theta equals to 90 degree minus alpha. So if we put it, that is ZS cos 90 degree minus alpha, that will be sin alpha. Okay, that will be sin alpha minus EF V by ZS, and if we put this value theta equals to 90 degree minus alpha, then it will become sine of del minus alpha. Okay, so if we apply theta equals to 90 degree minus alpha over here, then cos becomes sine. Similarly, cos becomes sine. It will be theta becomes alpha, and from here it will be the domain will be del minus alpha. Okay, the domain will be del minus alpha. Okay, so from the impedance triangle again from the impedance triangle, this v square into sine alpha equals to how much? Sine alpha equals to RA by ZS. Okay, sine alpha equals to RA by ZS, because from this impedance triangle, if we apply it is theta, this will be alpha, then this one, so this one equals to RA, this is RA, right? So we take it as capital RA now, and this is ZS and this is XS. Okay, so from this triangle you can get this result, minus EF V by ZS sine of del minus alpha. Okay, this is your PIM, input, active part of the input complex power, and the reactive part of the input complex power, that is QIM. Similarly, you can find that QIM equals to, you can find V square sine theta by ZS, right, minus V into EF by ZS sine theta plus del. Again, if we apply this theta equals to 90 degree minus alpha, so V square by ZS cos alpha will be there, so V square minus ZS cos alpha will be there, minus V into EF by ZS, so sine del plus alpha will be del minus alpha, cos of del minus alpha. Okay, so if we apply these two, so again from the impedance triangle, cos alpha equals to, if we apply the cos part of it, so base by hypotenuse, that is V square by ZS, XS will be coming into here, and ZS square minus V into EF by ZS cos of del minus alpha. Okay, so this is your input complex, our input reactive part of the input power, Okay, so what happens if we apply RA equals to 0, then ZS equals to XS. Okay, this is the special case when RA is neglecting, then this RA equals to 0 and ZS equals to XS, then you can modify this PIM and QIM value. Okay, PIM and QIM value. Okay, so accordingly you can easily find the value when this RA, that is the armature resistance, is neglected. Okay, so power flow equation of the cylindrical rotor or synchronous motor is up to this much, and to discuss up to this much actually. Next I will start the new topic or the new topic of the synchronous motor part. Okay, only few more classes are required for the synchronous machine. Okay, so today thank you.